Hello guys, so today I have the C9 here. And so first thing first, why did I choose the C9? Well, I choose the C9 for several reasons, but the main reason is that it is a 4 amplifier in one, dedicated amplifier in one. The main reason, first and foremost, is that this is the first portable amp that comes with tube balance out. It's fully balanced in, balanced out. Dual core tube here. There's no other amp on the market at this moment as of today that offer same thing. Second thing is, it have removable battery tray. You can take out the tray here, and it's using 18650 battery, 4 of them, to drive the amp. And then other additional icing on the cake is that it have different timbre selection, solid state and cork tube, class A or class AB design. And then the most important things that I would advise everybody who asks me whether the C9 is worth it or not, I would say definitely worth every penny. Why? Because the volume control here and together with the C9, they were designed from the ground up to be used with your in-ear bud. Even if you are having a sensitive in-ear, I don't have any here, but I use Z1R, and I can tell you that the volume control here is so precisely being controlled and implemented so that you can enjoy at any listening level that you would like to. So the nice thing with the C9 is that when you turn it on, and while you are in the cork tubes, it have a socket detector here. The tube will not turn on until when you plug in your headphone. And when you plug in your headphone, it will flash again to show you that it detects the plug. And then you see the cork tubes turn on. So there we go. If you're in the cork tube, I realized that it'll take probably about 20 minutes or around there to sound better. And even if you're in a solid state, and here's another cool feature is that you can, let me put the headphone away first. Right, still plug in, so you see what it is. It is continuously operational. They call it DAO, so dual amplification operation system. What it is that you are able to hot swap your design. Like say, if you want a class A, I'm in a class A here. And if I was to use class AB, I can switch it like this. Or I can flip it back like that. And then the timbre, you see it here. This is the cork tube. So when I turn it off, it turns up here. You hear a click. When I turn it on, it click again and the cork tube is on. That's how easy it is to use the C9. So what I would want to say is that first thing first, the C9 here with the option to remove battery and replace it by itself, you can have this one on for like forever. As long as you keep it and as long as there's nothing wrong with it. And I don't think Cayin have any bad reputation in reliability at all, especially just for an amp. But if you buy it from like Music Tech, from a dealer in the US here, Music Tech have all the technician that willing to service your equipment. And so I think it's really solid option here that when you add a battery, you swap in battery, and if anything to go wrong with it, you still are covered. So yes. How's the sound quality? So this is the important part. The sound quality is that the signature of the C9 is so close to the N8 in solid state, not in the cork tube. So here's the thing, the cork tube on the C9, I would say that it have more clarity and transparency and even reach further in both the extension of the sub bass and the upper treble than the N8. And I think it's because of the new revamps and being a dedicated amps and all discrete all around. It means no operational op amps is in here. As all discrete component, this is almost an ultimate machine for the amplifier. And so the sound state is really huge, really enveloping. It's immersive. All of the height, the depth, and the weight are all really, really immersive and holographic. The placements of instruments are really nicely laid out, and especially the imaging, you see it vividly placed here with the air around itself, and there and there and here, and a vocal here or vocal here, and you'll be able to almost pinpoint out all of the imaging and the layout of the whole stage setup. And the sound signatures, as I say, is a little bit warm, not too warm, especially when you're in the class A here. It is more like analog like, but when you switch to class AB, it's faster and it sounds tighter. It's more solid state like. So in the class A, whether you're in a solid state or whether you're in cork, they both sound almost tube like. So say if you were to flip into cork tubes here, it sounds more tube-like than if you were into solid state. But even with the solid state, it still sounds tube-like. The next thing I would like to talk about is that I have an AO2 here, that's an N6 MK2. And so the nice thing is that it is an open Android. I stack it up this way using the picture frame hanger you can see here. I bought it from the World Green or Drugmart. And so I stick it this way so that when I turn it down, there's a bump on the leather case. I can stand it on just like this. And then I have these feet that I put on so that I can turn around and browse around on the AO2. Nice thing about the AO2 is that the N6 MK2 and AO2 is not too heavy. You can see that I manipulate it and hold it around with one hand, a little bit heavy for one hand, but basically it's manageable, especially if you do some weightlifting. Yeah, I'm just kidding. So yes, nice thing is that it's open Android, so you'll be able to browse around. It's really fast, really quick, very responsive. You'll be able to browse around with different things. So yes, like let's say if it was to play something like that, it would just do right away. Very, very responsive. I don't think I will, ever separate this stack here because the AO2 line out is so good. Yeah, the AO2 line out is so good that because it is a dedicated line out, it have a different option here. I'm gonna show you real quick. It's that it's called the low pass filter option. So yes, I'll be able to flip it that way, but I'll show you in here. So in audio setting here, first thing is you have PCM. This is the digital filter from AKM itself. You'll find 6 of them. 6 of them. And the specific things about these 6 is that it really have the differences as long as your gear is revealing enough and you pay attention. The other DAP that I've been trying, they have barely any audible or noticeable or worth it to be flipping around at all, especially for AKM. But here they are very more noticeable. So this is 6 options that you have here. And then you have DSD. DSD is basically like it is, DSD. You have narrow bandwidth and wide bandwidth. And then you will have the And then yeah, then you have the PCM here. You have like PCM or DSD or auto. Auto, it means it will automatically does a pick, you know, whether it's a PCM or DSD that it is playing back. But to me, my favorite is the DSD option here. So these two options together with these two options and these 6 options, you have almost, you know, unlimited possibility to enjoy your source and your amps, especially if your amps is the C9 here and you have all the, you know, all the option. So yes, the AO2 is so nice to have. The one thing I noticed is that if you do any streaming at all, the Wi-Fi interferences is really non-existent. So I hope that you find my video clips and my experience with the C9 to be something helpful, and it will help you on your journey of having a portable system set up. Thanks for watching.